G'day and welcome to another episode of Perth Property Insider. I'm your host, Jared Mann, and today I'm really excited to be sharing with you the 4 ways that we can help you buy better. Now, I may have mentioned bits and bobs of these in some of our other episodes, but I wanted to put it together in a single episode because on a weekly basis, we're getting asked, Jared, how can you help us buy? How can you help us choose a suburb? Jared, can you review this individual property for me? Jared, do you have any mentoring or support options? And so we've put these series of ways together that are still at a very affordable and minimal cost compared to a lot of the other things out there. And I explain in this episode how we at Investors Edge fit into the property investment puzzle, and then what are the 4 ways that we can help you buy well. It's going to save you a lot of money, prevent those costly mistakes, and ensure you buy the best asset possible. So let's go inside.
Welcome to Perth Property Insider, where you will learn how to grow your wealth and improve your life using Perth property. Our show is brought to you by Investors Edge Real Estate, the highly rated and award-winning property management specialists servicing the whole of Perth. Now, here is your host, Jared Mann.
So, how do I and Investors Edge fit into the property investment puzzle? We get asked that a lot, and I wanted to take the time to let you know where we're coming from with our expertise. So, predominantly, we're property management specialists, and we are managing across the whole of Perth. We've got around 800 properties, just over 800 properties now, and I've got an amazing team of property managers that all have an investment mindset and are very much focused on improving returns for our clients while preventing stress. And we actually guarantee our clients peace of mind. And the peace of mind guarantees that we've got would send most property managers broke because we've got large consequences if we don't meet those guarantees. So people mainly come to us for property management, and then I personally do sales in a 30-minute radius from the CBD and sometimes a bit further away. I've got someone else on my selling team as well. But I have sold everything from units to mansions across 160 different suburbs. And I focus on the relationships, not the price point or the suburb, but getting the best price without stress for my client. And I'll handle sale of investment properties, homes, and also project marketing. So this core expertise in property management and sales, and then when you combine an investment mindset with both of those two, we're in a very unique place to give more unbiased advice to people when buying. Now, while I think the best way for most investors and home buyers, if you're looking to buy, I would suggest look at a buyer's agent for most people. Not everyone has the money. Some people just want to do it by themselves. But there's a big gap between how do you get the help when you are going to go by yourself. A buyer's agent is going to look after you, is going to do a lot of the things that I might mention in the ways that we can support. But if you're not using them, you're left to your own devices. And that's where costly mistakes can happen and where you can end up not getting a great asset. So I've developed a range of support options for both home buyers and investors to ensure that you can get our advice at an affordable price and give yourself the best chance of buying a great asset and avoiding those mistakes. And it's the things that you don't know or that you miss that's going to cost you the most, isn't it? So we don't make much money from giving advice with our advisory side of things. Where we make our money is from property management and sales. So why would we even do this? Well, if you're more successful, then you're going to buy more properties for us to manage. And we'll end up with more properties to eventually sell and help you out with when and if that's the right thing for you to do. So it really broke me up and hurts inside when I have a new client come to us for property management and they then ask us, what did you think of the purchase? What do you think of the suburb we bought in? Did I pay too much? And Jared, what do you guys think of this? And I almost hate to answer in those situations because I'd much rather tell them all these things up front. And many investors and would-be clients haven't even known that we offer these things. So that's why we've created them. We've tried to keep the price and the cost really low, but a small charge for each service so that we can ensure that people are serious and not wasting our time. So let me take you through the 4 ways, because I think they are going to help people a lot when buying. So the first one is our property buyer pack. It's going to help you purchase in the right suburb that has a history of performance. And what it includes is typically 4 to 5 suburbs at your budgeted price point based on a 30-year history of the top performers for average annual growth rates. This is using an evidence-based selection approach that you've heard me talk about in other episodes, and the data is not available anywhere that I know of. And I've had all of it commissioned and put together by REWA. And why 30 years? Because 10 and 20 years is not as relevant, certainly doesn't include as many growth periods. If the factors that led to these suburbs growing still exist, such as great degree of amenities, great schooling, public transport, relative distance to Perth, relative distance to beaches and rivers and things, then if these factors still existed, it's very reasonable and likely to expect that the growth is going to continue. And that's called evidence-based suburb selection. So that's the methodology that I favour, rather than just throwing darts at a board or buying in the suburb that your home is. So that's the key thing that's included in this property buyer pack that can make a massive difference to people. And the higher your budget, the more suburbs there are that we can suggest. So that's pretty obvious too, because when you go up in price point, there's more factors driving growth, and it leads to a better overall annual growth rate over time. So other things included in our property buyer pack is an example offer and acceptance conditions that you can take to your solicitor and settlement agent and look to use. Great things in there that will save investors a lot of money and that you may never have even thought of. So we also have our property inspection checklist to take the emotion out of things and ensure that you're checking a property thoroughly. I developed this when buying my homes and investment property. So this is what I personally use. And you'll also get our recommendations to trusted service providers such as settlement agent, building and pest inspectors, surveyor. And the cost alone of the property buyer pack's worth just getting these reliable recommendations. Once you've got your suburb selection down, and if you need more help along the way, I definitely suggest for the very low cost involved in this next second service that we have, it's called a property purchase review. So essentially, I will give you my input, my opinion on what's the expected market value, what are some of the factors affecting resale, and input on what price we should go up to potentially. And you're the decision maker, but I'm just giving you some input to consider. I'll give you the background on the property, its history, what owners have last paid, has it been on the market before, and a rental appraisal and rentability advice. And is this set up? We're going to likely need money spent to rent it out. So that property purchase review alone, it's critical. It's critical to get done. And don't ask me after you've bought. Make sure you get me to ask before. So our third way, which is actually a completely free service, is getting our input on a property's rentability and its rental price. So you can get that from us anytime for free. And Dwayne, my colleague who's been on a few past episodes, he is the one that helps out with that. And every day he's giving people input on properties that they're looking to buy from the rentals side. Critical to get his advice as opposed to the sales agent who's selling you the property, who's going to talk up all aspects, and then you don't want to find out later that they were full of it and you've bought the property on some poor assumptions. So very key to get that input beforehand. And the final fourth way that we can help is what we call our inside edge one-on-one mentoring, and that's with me. So it gives you direct access to me to ensure you're supported every step along the way. It's for those that are looking at buying one or more properties. It's going to help you make the right decisions, know what you need to know along the way. And it's really about accountability and clarity. So we start off giving you clarity by having a deep dive setup call. We create a one-page property plan with action steps, and then we include the buyer pack that I've mentioned, and we also have a fortnightly 30-minute mentoring call to keep you on track. And I find as well that I need accountability in my world. So this is what I'm doing to help you progress and move forward to the things that you're planning and your goals, not my goals for you. So I also include up to 5 property purchase reviews per month. That's when you're getting serious, the more pointing end of making offers. And you can cancel that at any time without anything further being paid. So I really want to add as much value to people there, and it's going to be at very minimal cost to using a buyer's agent or many other things, that any other mentoring services out there. So 4 ways that we can help you buy better so that you succeed, buy more properties and grow your wealth faster, and don't make those costly mistakes along the way. How to get access to these? Go to our website, investorsedge.com.au, go to the investing section, why work with us, and request a strategy session. There's a link in the show notes that will take you straight to the strategy session request page. Pop in details there and we'll be in touch with more information. Catch you on the next one.